Alrighty, we are here with another awesome interview for On the Clock, powered by Prospects Live. We got Caleb Bonemer out of Okemos High School in Michigan, UVA commit. We're really excited to have you on, Caleb. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. The first question we kind of always ask guests are, tell us a little bit about your journey because not everybody knows who you are. Give a little bit of background on yourself and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, for me, it started a lot with my family. Growing up, playing with my dad, playing with my brother. That was kind of my upbringing in the game. Being able to play with my brother and his friends because he's a few years older than me. So that's kind of how I got developed into the game. But yeah, other than that, just once we hit the showcase circuit, traveling around the country and all that type of stuff. But yeah, being a Michigan guy, especially in the winter, it can get tough because you can't get outside all the time. So yeah, we're always trying to get on the field whenever we can. Just trying to put in the work and get better every day.
Yeah, just being from a cold weather state. Talk about that a little bit, right? Because I'm from Arizona originally, so those guys have all year round to kind of train and play. What are some of the things that you do, kind of to get yourself in shape when you have those cold weather months and things like that?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, like today it's 40 degrees out and they're on the turf ball field. So, and sometimes we can't even do that because it's snowing and stuff. But it's really just any opportunity we can get to get outside. We're basically getting outside. But yeah, I mean, it's really no different. Just still hitting in the cages every day, lifting every day. Really, just the hard part is getting out on the field, getting out on the dirt. Is really the toughest part. But yeah, any opportunity we get, we're definitely going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I love it. The other question I kind of always go into too is you've had the kind of the off season you're probably getting ready for, started your high school season. Well, what are some of the things you're looking to improve on here in 2024?
Yeah, I think just honing in some things on my swing, just mechanically, just some things I've been working on. Just staying through the ball a little bit better. Sometimes I have a tendency also to kind of get a little bit jumpy, get on my front foot. So just trying to stay back a little bit. But yeah, also just we do a lot of machine work, especially like in the early off season. I've been doing a lot of machine stuff, seeing high velo, like nasty spin rate type stuff. So that's some things I like to do a lot. But now that we're getting close to the season, just more BP, just feeling good with the swing, things like that.
Love it. Tyler, turn over to you.
Yeah, when does your season start?
So actually, our first game is going to be this Thursday. We
Okay,
got back from Florida from our spring break trip. So that was kind of like our first. We had a few scrimmages in Florida this past week, but our first official game will be this Thursday.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of touch on that showcase last year because I remember seeing you at PDP and you showed the tools you had. I remember you hit a ground rule double off the batter's eye, which impressed me because that ballpark's insanely hard to really leave the ballpark. But PG National hit 2 home runs, really impressed everybody. That was really the event that I thought you really like blew up at. Kind of just describe that whole showcase thing for you.
Yeah, like you said, started off at PDP. I struggled a little bit just getting used to the pitching, getting used to the velo, because like up here in Michigan, we don't see that a whole lot. So it definitely took a little bit to get adjusted. But I think once I did get adjusted, I kind of just played the way I always did. And like you said, PG National. After I got a few ABs under my belt at PDP, felt pretty good, and put up some good numbers at PG National. Then yeah, after that, WWBA played well. East Coast Pro and Area Code went well too. But yeah, I mean, I had a blast this whole summer. Kind of get a little bit of a taste of what pro ball could be like traveling all over the place, playing every day, and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I had a blast. There's really nothing else I'd rather do. So I thought the summer was great overall.
Perfect. And I did want to ask, just like getting to recruit with Virginia. I've spoken with Brian O'Connor. I absolutely love the guy. Kind of give your take on like your connection with those guys.
Yeah. So for me, it started in like seventh or eighth grade. I went to like a regular old camp. I got an email and we were like, why not just go try it out, see what it's like. Um, but then I really started recruiting me like freshman year. I got connected with them with my summer coach, AJ from Artillery. Started calling, having calls with them. then went to another camp. Yeah, we just felt really comfortable. The coaching staff, McMullen and O'Connor, you couldn't go wrong with it. And just the way they play the game, the culture there, just everything about the school really couldn't go wrong. And some that we didn't want to pass up on.
Yeah, I live in the Virginia area, and I go out to a lot of the games there to scout, and it's just that lineup just always rakes.
Yeah.
Every single year in and year out is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Next question I got for you is, so we always want to focus on kind of who you are outside of the game. So what are some of the passions that you have away from baseball, just kind of get your mind off of baseball and kind of get away from the field?
Yeah, for me, I like to golf a lot.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years, it's something I've started to do a lot more of. Me and my buddies, whenever it's nice out and we got some time, we'll usually head out to the course and play. But yeah, golf is kind of something that it takes me away from the game, but it also kind of helps me because there's also a mental aspect of the game that I like. It can relate to baseball. But yeah, I'd say golfing is definitely one of my bigger hobbies outside of the game.
You'll have some good courses in Virginia for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we got to play at the course at the school, and it was pretty nice. So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Are we talking like Tiger Woods skill level here, or are we like?
No, I mean I'm not like super crazy. I mean, like I'd say shooting in the 80s is kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, I mean if I could get pretty good, that'd be pretty sweet.
So you're about same level as me right now, then. So.
Yeah.
Jared, do you think we should go ahead and get like a golf tournament set up here?
We should. I mean, I played all the time when I lived in Arizona. So.
Okay, so you're going to be the hot shot here. You're going to like tee off on everyone.
No chance. I haven't played in years. I get absolutely smoked. So you talked a little bit too about some of your family, your parents, your brothers, and stuff like that, kind of as mentors. But who've kind of been some of your biggest mentors, kind of on your journey through baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say my family. I mean, everything I know, learn from them. And yeah, I mean, like I really haven't had many like big time coaches. I mean, over the past few years, I've been able to work with Hunter Bledsoe, who's my advisor. Learning a lot of good hitting knowledge from him has been great. But I mean, growing up, like I never really had like any hitting coaches or fielding coaches or anything like that. So it was really just me, my dad, and my brother. But yeah, I mean, my strength coach has been great. Started working with him. I think my sophomore year down in Detroit at a place called 2SP. They do a great job there. But yeah, I mean, like I said before, most of my bringing up in the game was just my dad and my brother just kind of just having fun, and that's kind of my upbringing in the game, really.
Yeah, and I guess the other question I have too is you talk a little bit about how fun the game is and stuff like that, and then kind of how you went to PG National, all these other places, and kind of your name skyrocketed. So when did it kind of become a reality to you to like that the MLB draft might be something that's on your radar?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say definitely this summer and kind of within the past year. But I mean, for me, I always knew I was a great player, and I just I never really got to go to these like national events because actually my sophomore year I got hurt and I didn't play at all that entire summer. So I kind of missed out on a lot of stuff that would kind of put me up on all these boards. But yeah, I mean, I always knew I was a great player. I always knew I could play with the best. But I think just being able to do it on the circuit last summer kind of is what did it for me. Because I mean, I played the same way I always do. I always knew I was a great player, and I think just being able to do it on that type of stage just helped me a lot.
Love it. Tyler, I'll turn it over to you before we jump into some rapid fire questions.
Yeah, I love the confidence, first off. Secondly, working on defensive positioning, because I know you've worked at third base and shortstop. Has there been anything you've really focused on in terms of like improving your range or athleticism in those positions?
I mean, I think my athleticism is kind of something that's kind of natural for me. I mean, I've always played short growing up, things like that. But yeah, I mean, just developing speed as a somewhat of a bigger guy for shortstop. Yeah, I mean, I do speed work twice a week, and my speed is something that I take pride in my game. But like defensive work, some things I'm working on right now, kind of some glove presentation type stuff. Because sometimes I'll kind of get it down there late and kind of get messed up with that. But yeah, and just kind of attacking the ball, working through the ball, just normal things like that. Just trying to stay sharp But yeah, I mean, like I said, for up here, it's tough to get on the dirt. So we're kind of I'm still trying to get acclimated back on the dirt field because I haven't really been on a dirt field yet. So we've been taking a lot of stuff on the turf, but yeah, I'd say just trying to get back in rhythm with the game, back in rhythm with the dirt is kind of what I'm working at right now.
Love it.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna go into like 3 rapid fire questions here. We always add and put you on the clock. So the first one is, what's the go-to restaurant in your area for you?
For me, I like Pancheros. It's kind of a Mexican restaurant. It's basically Qdoba, but
Okay,
but yeah, it's basically Qdoba, but a different brand. But yeah, I like that a lot.
love it. Go-to sport that you like to watch outside of baseball?
Honestly, probably golf.
Yeah.
I like watching the majors. I like watching the Masters a lot. That's coming up, so yeah, probably golf.
Who would you rather have, Max Homa or Rory McIlroy?
That's tough. Probably McIlroy. My favorite guy is Koepka, though. He's my
Okay.
guy that I like to watch a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, Tyler, you got one?
And now I got to ask, since you mentioned Koepka, PGA or Live Golf?
I'm more of a PGA guy. I mean, I do understand the Live because, I mean, you really can't pass up that money. But personally, I'm more of like a historic, like achievements type guy. Like I'd rather like win a bunch of tournaments and things like that. But yeah, probably PGA.
Hey,
Yeah.
cool.
Love it. Caleb, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us and On the Clock. We're wishing you nothing but the best of the upcoming season. Looking forward to everything you accomplish.